All right, we got Pickering's very own KSlime in the building. What's good, bro?
I'm just here, fam. Just here, you don't know. Schooling it, fam. Came out. Do an interview, fam. You know?
Okay,
What
yeah.
you saying, fam?
Yeah, I'm interested in getting to know your story a little bit, but before we get into that, I seen you on Six Sounds.
Yeah.
So obviously we did a music video together. I interviewed you, so I know you guys, you know? So I'm scrolling. I seen, oh shoot, someone's spinning their block. And I look, it's like a rapper, like 2504 Stunner.
Yeah. 2054 pussy. I don't even want to give that guy close, fam. But yo, that guy, I don't know, fam. Basically, yo, like 3 years ago, you know, I was doing my dues in Pickering, you know, and this guy, and he used to call himself Swervo or something, Swervo, and just going around, fam, you know, just acted mad, you know. The man was trying to beef my homies or something, but fam, at the end of the day, the man was trying to tweak with me, fam, you know, like 3 years ago. I gave the man my ID, all this, fam. They never came to my house, all this, fam. It was just cross politic, you know. But then randomly, I'm just looking, fam. I'm looking at Instagram. I see this rapper pop up, fam. I'm like, this guy looks familiar, yo, you know. I'm like, yo, this is that kid, fam. Like people say, like, oh, why you're from Pickering? Why are you rapping about all this when you never lived this? You know what I'm saying, bro? That kid is actually the definition of liar, fam. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know that kid, yo. It's not hard. So it's like, I see that. I was like, yo, the fuck, don't kill me. Like, why is this guy rapping now? You know? So I texted him. I was like, yo, it's Squatted. Why you rapping? You know, you're wasting, fam. Like, come on. And then whatever. He was just trying to beer. And then, you know, the man never even called me nothing, fam. Just like you seen it, fam. I was on Instagram, I see this guy still in my block, fam. Man never even text me after, nothing, fam. So, you know, honestly, I just think he was doing it for the clout, fam. You know, doing it to try to get his name out there, fam. But
so when someone does that, do you feel an instinct to respond? Because if they're spinning your block and you're not there, do you feel like you have to retaliate, or do you feel like, nah, I'm gonna just leave that?
Yo, look at it this way, like, it depends, because, yo, for this kid, personally, I know where this guy lives, you know? I have friends where he lives, you know what I'm trying to say? So I'm not even trying to come cause a politic, fam, but at the end of the day, you do something online, you have to be able to back it on the road. So if I see you, I'm not going to come looking for you, but if I see you, and it's a thing, that's a thing, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not the type of guy to go look for him over some internet, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care enough for all of that. Mm-hmm. But, you know?
Yeah, no, it's good you think like that, because I think a lot of people instinctually be like, yo, how you going to do that? How you going to try to violate me? But I know that you're kind of on your path when it comes to music and hustling. So you don't really want to entertain that, which I think is good. But at the same time, you're going to stand your ground if you are to see him, because, bro, you were saying all this online, like, what's good? So I think that's a good approach.
No, humble, man. Especially, I know this guy in real life. It's like, you know, why even do internet beef with someone you know in real life, fam? You know, like.
Were you guys friends?
Nah, I wasn't friends with him or nothing, but, you know, like, the man was around the city. Like, he's just around Pickering for, like, a month or something. I kept hearing his name. And then some beef happened with me and, like, him and his my homie. And then they just tried to come at me sideways because, you know, I'm trying to defend the man and all this. But, yeah, the man did not, like, you know, he didn't stay 10 toes on that. So I don't know, he's trying to beef me again. Like, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I don't know, but.
Yeah, no, that's unfortunate still. It's kind of like you guys just inherited beef.
Yeah, fam, you know?
But
sometimes like that, fam, but
that's like that, yeah.
Like, fam, like, if I'm gonna speak about on the internet, it's not real beef to me, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, yeah, it's beef, fam, and yeah, if I see you, I might slap you, fam, but, like, I don't take you serious enough for, if I'm talking about it right now, I don't take you serious enough to come and do a thing to you or whatever, you know what I'm trying to say? Like,
what was the reaction when you saw it on Six Sounds, and did people hit you up after about it?
I see the fam. I went straight to the comments, fam. It was like, yo, this guy's a goof, never texted no one, going 50 kilometers an hour, all this, fam. You know, they're just clouded him, fam. So it's like, it's not even bad looks on me. I don't even care, fam. Like, now they're just, you know what I'm saying, fam? Like, how you gonna spin my block and get clowned for it? Like, they're not even clowning me anymore, fam. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. Well, I never cared, fam. Like, you know, I do purpose to make these guys type angry comments in the comments, fam. I don't care, you know what I'm saying? Like, me, fam, no one's gonna stop me at the end of the day, fam. So if you don't like it, you could either come do something about it or just keep typing the comments. You know what I'm trying to say? But I know that that's just gonna get me more views. That's just gonna get me more of this, fam. You know? And fam, like a lot of these rappers, Toronto rappers, care about what they look like and what their image is. You know what I'm saying? But I don't care about my image. Like, you know, people can perceive me as whatever they want, but at the end of the day, I'm still moving. I'm still doing my thing. You know what I'm saying?
Speaking on image, you always present yourself with a mask, with a shiesty. Are you going to continue doing that throughout your music career, or do you feel like you'll have a face reveal eventually?
I'm definitely taking off soon. Like, I feel like when the time is right, I'm gonna just like either a big cosign or like just anything where my name is starting to really gain traction, then I'm gonna just take the mask off then, fam. But right now, I'm more of a local type person, you know. I'm still out here every day in the ends, fam. I don't want to be putting myself in no dumb situations, you know what I'm trying to say?
So why do you wear the shiesty? Is it because if you don't, you'd get recognized?
Yeah, for sure. People know my face. Like, people know who I am, fam. You know what I'm saying? Like, even I can't even walk around with my face out in Pickering. They know I'm KSlime, you know, by my face. So it's like, I was known in the city way before I was a rapper. You know what I'm saying? So people know who I am. But it's like, I'm doing this more for and all these other people, like, in Hamilton, all these other places, so I could go shows and shit. You know, if I do a show, fam, I want to be able to come do the show and no one knows who I am based off things. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, I'm just trying to move smart and stuff. You know?
If you go to a mall, would you get recognized as KSlime even with the mask on?
Depends what mall, to be honest. Like, you know? Like,
Pickering Mall.
Pickering Mall, 100%.
Pickering Town Center for sure. Like.
The security guards will recognize me and kick me out, yo. Like, trust me. Trust me.
Seeing bro, the trespassing order out there for it, right?
I won't lie, like, holy. Bro, I was outside, fam. Like, everyone knows who I am in Pickering. I won't lie. If you say you don't know who I am in Pickering, then you're lying. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, so talk to me about your upbringing. Let's start from the beginning. So, you're born probably somewhere in the 2000s because I know you're young. You know what I'm saying?
I'm young still. 2006, I was born DT in children's, what's it called? Sick Kids.
Sick Kids, okay.
I was born there.
And then you guys went straight to Pickering?
Nah, when there we were living in Biggins Court. So when I, like, first, you know, for like maybe like a year, like, I don't really remember that type shit, you know. But then we moved to Rosemount. I don't know if you know where that is, like near Ashton. We lived there for like a year or something, you know. And then we moved to Pickering from there when I was like 5 or something like that. And then we were there for a bit. I moved to like Peterborough for a year, like half a year. And I was just all around. And then like around grade 5, I moved back to Scarborough. I moved to Orton Park. And then so after I lived there for a year, and then went to Pickering, and then from then I just been living in Pickering. So honestly, like, you know, I have a lot of like relatives in Scarborough, like, so I just grew up in between Scarborough and Pickering, like, you know, that, like, mostly that, to be honest.
Okay, were you ever able to stay connected to any of those areas you used to live in, like OP or Rosemount? Or...
Like, to be honest, when I was there, I didn't chill with the people there. Like, I had my own friends from like my cousins and like that, you know. So like it depends, but like, you know, I still know people from OP. I still know, you know, people from the VP too. So it just depends, you know.
And in terms of what you were exposed to growing up, was it a lot of trenchy stuff, or was it kind of quote unquote normal society where it's like, you know, good jobs and benefits and all that stuff, or were you seeing some real trenchy stuff?
Nah, fam, like, honestly, you know, my dad was in the picture, you know, like that, like he was doing drugs and all that. So, you know, I'm answering and having the best life, you know. My mom still did good for us though, you know. She would take us on the TTC to go to daycare and all this and shit. You know, like, still had a good life, obviously, but it was definitely some trench, you know, at the start too. Like, you know, it got a lot better as I got older. But yeah, like I probably lived in like 14 houses before I was like 12, fam, So the start of my life was definitely a lot more challenging, but honestly, I had a good life in general, Like I can't complain,
Were you moving schools a lot?
See, that's the thing I didn't do. I won't lie. I probably went to like 3 schools. So, and I never went to school in Scarborough because, my older brother went over there and he always got in bear fights and all this. So my mom just told me, she don't want me in school over there. So she just put me in school in Pickering. Even when I was living at Orton Perk, I was going to school in Pickering. So,
was there a culture shock there a little bit?
What do you mean? Where?
Like you're living in OP, but you're going to school in PK. So like the demographics, what you're seeing, is it different or not really?
Not really, fam. Like, they say it's a big change, fam, but everywhere is the same to me. Like, honestly, when I lived in OP, obviously it's a little more rowdy and like, like a little more active. But like I go to Pickering, I still do my friends. Like, I still be doing, like, don't get it twisted. Like, man, there's still boxing him on his face on the playground. Like, like it's the same everywhere, fam. If you're one of those kids that like to make trouble, you're gonna make trouble wherever you are, So.
That's kind of answering my next question, which is, what was KSlime like as a kid?
I was a troublemaker.
From the beginning.
From the beginning, like I'll say, from literally grade 1, I was a troublemaker. I was just doing fuck. My older brother though, he would save me though, cause he was a troublemaker too. So he'd always be older than me, so he's doing more terrible shit. So like I would get off the hook, I was like the good one, but I was still a troublemaker. So,
his trouble outweighed your trouble, so you could kind of got away with it.
Handles.
Okay, and then how do you start rapping?
I always loved music as a kid, and like I think it was like grade 6. I was in school, and the teacher told me they gave me an assignment for music to do. I would play the drums, but they gave me an assignment to make a beat. So I was making this beat. I was super with it. So I was like, yo, I actually like this. I started making more beats. And then eventually I was like, I'm like, I want to be like an engineer type, but I don't have no rappers. I know no, like nothing to engineer. So I'm going to just rap, So I just started around and just rapping and shit. And then like, probably like grade 10, I was just around like rapping. And I showed one of my homies the track, and they're super with it. Everyone was with it, like they're just super, they're dick right. It wasn't that good, fam, but you know what I'm saying? It gave me the motivation to drop it. Now everyone in my school was like, because they know I am, so they're like, oh, this guy's rapping music, all this, So now I feel like a rapper, you know what I'm saying? So since then, fam, I just been kind of on that tip, fam,
Right. Wait, so what's it like being a rapper while you're in high school in terms of the perception from your peers?
Honestly, it's crazy, fam. It is crazy, fam, because even like people I didn't like and like my ops or whatever, they'd be bumping my track in the hallway and I'd be like, yo, like it's crazy, fam. Like honestly, like it was, I don't know, it opened my mind to see what music can do. It's a powerful thing. Oh,
and okay, so at that point, what, you're like probably 15, 16?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have a late birthday, so I'm probably 15. 15,
okay. And from 15 years old till now, you just kept going?
Yeah, I just kept going. I brought all my people in, and the people that were good, they just kept going and all this. And like, it was never my main focus until maybe a year ago, but I was always working on it and always had love for like music, like.
Have any other Pickering artists or rappers reached out to you to kind of big you up for what you're doing?
For sure. Like just Durham in general, show support. Like most of them. My broski, I went to Pioneers with Smalls. He's a rapper. He's more like singy rapping, but I his music and he always show support. That guy's he's a good artist and he's put on for the city. Like I don't know if you know Slim Dinero.
Yeah, I know Slim Dinero, yeah.
He shows support, fam. Shout out that guy.
You guys should make a track.
I'm going to trust, like, everything working out in its time, but It's Kai. I don't know if you heard it. It's Kai. He's a good rapper. Like, he's a good artist. I just made a song with him. I'm gonna drop that soon. But there's a lot of artists from like Durham that are Even if you look up, there's an R&B singer named John Vinyl. He has a lot, like, he's super famous. He lives in Pickering, you know, like, that guy shows support. You see me on the block doing a blog and came and showing support. It was breaking me down, so, like, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And Macadelic family used to live in my block, he told me. He used to live in our block, so he's always, like, he's the one that hit me up to give me a free video and, like, put me on, you know what I'm saying? So Macadelic definitely showed me bare support.
Mm-hmm. How about rappers in your like age group or like in your class? Like, I know they probably have seen your stuff on social media at this point because you're like posted on Six Sounds and stuff.
A lot of rappers. Just throw a name and I'll tell you. Like,
okay, let's see. Savv
told me he never commented on my music like that, but he told me it was hard when I brought the military truck out. You know, he messaged me about that one. He was like, "Yeah, it's hard." And I had a one altercation with him because I did a vlog, fam, where I was like, they asked me about Savv, but I just kissed my teeth, you know what I'm saying? But it was because it's young, and like all these little youngins are just causing bare problems and shit, you know? But we talked it all, whatever. It's not politics or nothing, you know?
Okay.
Yeah, shout out Savv. I wanna.
KsBvndz.
I don't think I ever talked to KsBvndz in my life. I wanna.
Okay. I'm trying to think of like Roney.
I didn't talk to Roney, but YH is a real one. You know YH?
Mm-hmm.
He's a supporter. I won't lie. Like he shows support. I asked him to put me on some music game and shit the other day. He was telling me some shit. Like, you know, he's a real one still.
Yeah, their camp has a good program. In terms of how they're operating, how they move, in terms of the touring and the quality of music.
No, the touring is definitely the biggest part for them. Like they're doing that crazy. They started that. Sure. And
they're probably doing it on the biggest scale and like the most consistently.
I know. Like ever since I was like a little kid, Roney was touring, fam. Like, you know what I'm saying? So
would you ever go to a Roney show? Like, did you go to a Roney show when you would pull up in Pickering?
I probably would, fam.
He's a sick performer.
One of those, fam.
Big up, Roney.
I won't lie, the man took my beat though. The flow was sounding a little bit similar to mine. I can't lie, broski.
Which track?
It's called Tower. It's called Tower by Roney and White. It sounds a little bit like my first track that blew up, fam. I won't lie. It's the same exact beat, and the flow sounded a little bit too familiar.
Okay, what's your track called?
East Side.
Okay, I'm gonna try to play them side by side here.
Apes, ball my wrist, got an ape, yes, 2 on the back of the switch. Beretta go empty out all you block. Don't run for the bro, shoot perk in the butt.
Bazooka, should it be blowing the nigga away? An excuse, execute the plan, we getting them right relay. Came in the coupe, I don't need extra man, just 2 of us riding the day.
Tell me if I'm bugging, because I don't know, they sound a little familiar, but who else is a big rapper? HBlock was hearted up by my videos.
Hearted up is good. You mean liked it?
Yeah,
Hearted up makes it sound so much bigger than what it is.
It's crazy because like when you're just sitting there, fam, you're like HBlock, like my real, you know.
Yo, I literally had one of those moments with HBlock when I spoke about him on the podcast, and then I seen like my HBlock started following you, and I seen DM. I'm like, shoot, you know what I'm saying? Sure. I had the exact same moment. But you guys on a track would be good too, actually.
For sure. I don't see him doing too much features though, to be honest. Like, you know.
Yeah. He hasn't been putting out too much music as of recently, but he dropped a lot of music last year. So.
Oh, baby Pepper, fam. That guy, he's a sick guy, fam. You know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just interviewed him. He's solid dude.
Sick guy, fam. Yeah, you know.
Mm-hmm.
We chant to him once in a while and shit.
How about like 100 OTD, 100 band plan, KSBvndz?
Yo, KSBvndz, I want KSBvndz. That guy's a goof. I don't that guy, but
why?
Fam, KSBvndz, fam. That guy's just a problem starter, fam. Like the man's in Durham all the time, fam. He's basically a Durham youth, like and fam, the man called me, started some weird shit, fam, just trying to beef me, you know, like I don't even know the kid, fam.
Out of nowhere.
Well, out of nowhere, I seen KsBvndz calling you. I pick up. I said, he said, "Yo, where are you at, fam? Where are you at?" I said, "Yo, stay there." No, the man did not stay there, fam. So, long story short, KsBvndz is just he's wasted.
So that's the only interaction you guys have had? Is this random IG call?
Yeah, fam. And the man No, I don't even want to say too much, but yo, the man did too much, fam, and just it didn't stand on it, you know. You just diss it and cut left. You know, there's nothing even go on it. The man just cut, so it's like.
So does that affect how you hear his music now?
Yeah, when I hear that guy, I'm like, yo, this guy's a bitch. You know what I'm saying? Because, yo, they always talk about me like, oh, I'm a rap capper. I don't do anything. You'll never see a video of me getting crushed or me fleeing from somebody or none of that, fam. Like, you know, I've been out here doing things. So it's like, when I see this, oh, everyone's dick riding KsBvndz and then moving like this, to me, the Pickering demon, you know what I'm saying? Then come on, like, why? It just doesn't make sense to me.
Okay, so what would your advice be to KsBvndz?
My advice? Fam, stay out the streets, fam. Honestly, fam. You have a career ahead of you. You have people that are trying to push you on, and you're just ignoring it for and perks and this fuck. You know? It's like, yo, you're just going down the wrong road, fam. And that's what really, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not a nice place out here, fam. Like, if I had the team that KsBvndz had, and people are putting it on for him. No one's putting it on for me, fam. I'm putting it on for everyone in my team. You know what I'm saying? So if I had something like that, fam, I wouldn't be out here doing drills, getting arrested. And, fam, no way, fam. You're just squandering your opportunity. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just goofy to me. Out of everything, that's how I say to them. I want to, because, you know, there's people out here really working hard, fam. And it's like, fam, why do you even need to do that, fam? Like,
could this have been a situation where, say he didn't do that, maybe you guys could have collaborated in the future? Like, there was no interaction.
There's nothing, fam. Like, the man just wanted to speak to me because his homies are beefing with me, fam. You know what I'm saying? It's like I could say the same thing, fam. You know? Like, I just don't look at it like that, fam. Like, if your homies are beefing me, that's your homies. That's not you, fam. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes there's a situation where this person, like, it's just loyalties everywhere, fam. You can't feel a bit like that, you know what I'm saying? It's like, if I have a personal issue with you, I have a personal issue with you, fam. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So that's why the man called me on some hot tips. Like, I don't even know you, fam. Now it's a real problem, fam, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, definitely could have been avoided, man.
Mm-hmm.
Super.
Damn, that's really random.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying. Real shit, fam, but it is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
You ever heard of Test Your Luck?
The track?
Nah,
the artist.
Yeah, you're actually 100-man plan sometimes.
Yeah, I think I follow him on IG.
I went to school with that guy in Pickering, online. That was my homie, like, for like a year.
Okay.
But that's why I take, yo, that guy I went to school with, fam. I would never say nothing bad about him, fam. You know, he's homies with KsBvndz whenever they make music, fam.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna test your luck, like, oh, fam. You know what I'm saying?
But same ways, like, let's say someone has a problem with one of your boys. Like, you kind of have to have that same problem if you're really riding, in a sense, alright?
Of course, but fam, it depends, fam. Because let's say, fam, when it comes to rap, fam, it's different, fam.
That's like business almost.
Exactly, fam. If you're KsBvndz, fam, you don't have to ride out anymore, fam. You have to take your people up the hood, fam. You understand that? Like, fam, their camp, that's why their camp is good in music, but their camp's not good. They're hot-heads, fam, because if I'm sitting here, I'm about to crash out, fam, someone's going to look at me and tell me, yo, you're the ticket for us, fam. You're not going to crash out, you know. We're going to send a man to do that, fam. You're not going to do that, fam. You are the ticket, fam. You know what I'm saying? So, like, it's like, fam, why are you even in the street politics anymore, fam? You're a rapper, fam. You're a business move for your people. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a way that you could get all your people out the hood, fam, and out of the streets. And you want to be in the streets for what? You know? It doesn't make sense to me.
Do you feel like maybe he might feel a pressure to live up to that expectation? Because these guys always get called out for being like created players or not about that life. So maybe now they have to compensate.
Look at me, fam. You see me moving like that? Like, I'm the most creative player out of all these guys apparently. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, yo, KsBvndz like 2 years younger than me, fam. Been out here since he was a little kid, fam. Like, real. Like, when he was a little kid in elementary school, I was out here doing things, fam. It's like, I have nothing to prove anymore, fam. So if you have nothing to prove anymore, then that won't be an issue, fam. If KsBvndz has something to prove, that's different, fam. That's something within yourself. You know what I'm saying? That's not, you can't let other people determine your surroundings and how you move, fam, because you're just gonna do something that you're gonna regret, fam. You, like, the madam aren't gonna be in jail with you for 20 years, fam. That's you by yourself, you know what I'm saying? They might send you commissary, fam, but they're not gonna be holding it down like that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but now that you said that he's 2 years younger than you, and you're 19, he's 17. So it's like...
But fam, I was 17 once too, fam, you know? And
But how mature do you expect a 17? Like, that's what people do at 17. Like, they're not gonna be the same. Like, when I was 17 versus now, it's like two almost totally different people.
Handles, but yo, you didn't have the opportunities he has, fam. Like,
that's true.
And it's like, I'm not blaming him completely. It's like, yo, the people in his life that are guiding him are all up, because if they showed him, yo, stay out the streets, focus on his music, then he would have been good, fam. He would have been 10 times further in his career. And so would all the madam, because if you go up, you're bringing your people with you, fam. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like it used to, back in the day, it used to be like, oh, each block had one big rapper and they're putting their full support on that rapper, and that's how you're gonna make it. You know what I'm saying? Like Bully and like certain people, like, you know, they would put it all on them because they had the talent, they had the vision, you know? Now it's like everyone wants to be that guy and everyone wants to be the most folk, like King Von. They want to be King Von, you know? Like, you don't have to be King Von, like, real. You can just make money and rap, fam. You don't even have to hurt a fly. If you're making money and you're rapping, fam, that's fine, broski. Like, no one's telling you have to go and catch a whole body to start rapping, you know? That's made up in people's heads, fam. Like, you know.
So you think the moment you start getting music money, you should be able to just turn off the streets?
Fam, it depends on what's your lifestyle, obviously.
Like, if the money is good, I think the only reason people would revert to the streets after making money from music is that the money from the streets is probably parallel or better than the music money, you know?
That's the difference. I'm not talking about money, because if you're on the streets making money, that's fine, yo. But if you're in the streets risking your life and doing drills and getting arrested for assaults and like that, fam, that's stupid, fam. Making money is making money. If there's a risk to it, it's a reward, fam. That's a gamble you're willing to play. But when you're in a certain status of a rapper and then you're going to hit a kick door, that's stupid, yo. That's just stupid, yo. Like, you know, like, you could be selling something or doing something, fam. You don't have to be breaking in people's houses and doing all this shit, fam. That's just idiot thing, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, in a sense, it's kind of stupid on both parties. Like, it's stupid on the individual rapper, but it's also the people around him. Like, why are you encouraging this guy to do that? You know, when you know that he has opportunities for everyone if he just focuses.
That's what it is. It's like, sometimes you have to put your pride aside and like what makes sense at the time aside. You look at a bigger picture, huh? You know? Yeah,
but I think the only thing that can change that is if you change your environment. Like, you'd have to like have new people, new settings, new crib. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because as long as you're in the same environment, you're probably gonna end up falling for the same behaviors. You know what I'm saying?
That's true, fam. But I don't know, fam. I like to think that I'm different, fam, because I was in all the same struggle that everyone else, fam, you know? I'm not out here doing certain shit because I'm just moving smart, you know? Like, and no one's out here trying to check me for doing it, so everyone can do it then, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, if I'm setting up a big music video for everyone and I'm putting in all the money and all this for music, then broski that is never on camera will, he's gonna take a different responsibility, because I'm putting a responsibility that he can't have on my shoulders, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So if you just look at it like teamwork instead of everyone has to handle their own all the time and fucking, you know, like, do it by themselves, fam, and I think it'll go better, fam.
No, I feel you. In terms of other rappers, are there any female artists in the city that you find yourself ever listening to or like recognizing at least, like, oh, she's sick?
I don't say I listen to a lot of them, fam, but I will say like Creek Baby is doing her thing. I seen her doing her thing. I don't know if you know who 4-7 is. That's just a producer guy, but he made some track with some girl rapper right here. I don't remember her name, but she was rapping, I can't lie. And like, I like the singers out here, man. Like, Jesse Rhea, like that family, you know, like energy more. I wanna.
Mm-hmm. Yo, I know this is kind of a random segue, but I recently interviewed this group from Edmonton named HBlock Goons.
Yeah.
What'd y'all think of that? Because I feel like a lot of people, if they didn't know both you guys, they kind of like group you into the same general like algorithm. You know what I'm saying?
I seen that. I was like, honestly, I think that like it just showed me how much people dick ride people, fam. Like, you know, like if those guys came and started rapping and didn't have no cosigns and didn't have the YG feature and all this, fam, everyone say the same shit about them as they do me. You know what I'm saying? But it's cause like, oh, they're from somewhere else and they came here and got a big feature. People just think that they're, you know, automatically certified and everything, you know? So like, I feel like people just dick ride people. Like, people can look at that and like, there's, you know, they just think it's, I don't know, they just think it's more sick because they fucking have like a bigger rapper on it or whatever.
When can we expect a KSlime concert or performance?
I've been thinking about that, fam, and it's like, bro, because I don't know, fam, I may, like everyone, you know, I'm not going to say I'm the most hated rapper in the city, but I'm a close, like, maybe 10th or something, fam, you know, like, I'm out there, so it's like, fam, if I do a show, like, I just want to make sure it's all proper and, like, you know, so, honestly, I just need more budget to get that all started myself and shit, because, you know, I'm doing everything myself, but, yeah, soon, like, maybe, like, end of the summer, starting into the, like, you know, like, I'm gonna try to get that shit going, fam.
Okay. All right. Before we get out of here, what can people look forward to next in terms of drops, in terms of projects, singles, content?
I got big music video coming right now, like super big video, like, you know, the biggest one I ever done. And I just dropped a track with KsBvndz. I got a video for that coming soon. I have a music video with Adzi coming soon. I have Shiesty MG are dropping Freddy Krueger. So all that coming, fam. There's a big local bubble vlog for my music video and shit. It's gonna be like beer behind the scenes for that video, you know? Okay.
All right. KSlime in the building.
I love, fam. Thanks for having me, fam. You don't know, fam.
Don't know. That's you.